about Power Platform. So Power Platform is what? It is a modern business. When you run the data and interact with the user, you need to analyze this the data. You need to create an technology driven applications, no, using and more scalable things. So we work on that. So this is the four components with the icons. Power BI, this is for the business analytical, and Power Apps for application development with no code. When I'm saying development, it does not mean that you need to work, you must be a developer, not at all. The process automation with the help of Power Automate, and virtual agent is a chatbot. These are the backend connectors. You can connect with Dataverse, AI, and other things. We'll work on that. Fine. So the business value of the Power Platform, this is a given a cycle, no? When the professional developer and the end user can easily use that, it will take a less time. Not discussing the Power App much, coming on to that. Power Automates lets user create a automated workflow between application and the services. It helps us to automate repetitive business process such as communication, data collection, and decision approvals. If you have ever been performed repetitive task for the word and thing, this is so easy. Monkey can do it. Power Automate is your best friend. I told you that. No, the line is written. So don't waste your important productive time to doing this all things repetitive work. You can make this with the help of automation. So these are the important things, no? And last line is very important. Power Automate's simple interface allows every level of user to automate work task from beginner to the developer level possible. Guys, I hope you're clear on this, everyone. Any queries, any doubts? Thank you. So I'm taking from the beginning, guys, so that everybody can go along and understand the same thing. So this is what is Power Automate and where it is placed actually. So when I'm saying it is a part of the Power Platform. Coming on the next, I request everyone, because before starting the program, I request everyone kindly open this cloud. I am sharing the link in the chat. Kindly open that link and sign in so that we can start working on that, because it's totally practical based thing. How many of you are working with programming earlier? Have you worked with programming, guys? Anyone? If no, that is perfectly okay. Dan is yes, a little good. A little good. Great. So I just need to discuss small thing which is required. This in the beginning will help you a lot. I think I'm getting yes, yes, yes. That's very much right. So can you please tell me what is this in a when you are learning and programming? What is the meaning of IPO? It's very simple. It's in first session. If it is not, what is IPO? Have you heard about this word IPO? No. Can I explain? So that is input, processing, and output. So whenever you are working on any of the programming things, technically you are working on these 3 points. You are taking some input, you are processing the data, and then you are giving the outcome. Am I right on that, guys? Very simple and very layman. Fine. Now, guys, whenever we are saying an input, We can take this is an input, processing, and output. And in between the input and processing, we have another thing called storage. Guys, I will recall the development to you. I want to make a tea. Simple. I want to make a tea. So I need some input. Yes or no? I'm making a simple tea. So I'm saying I need a tea bag or tea. I need a sugar. I need a water. Or if you are adding a milk into that, I need a milk, but that is okay. Is these are the inputs? Yes, guys, quickly. Yes. Now, if you want to make a tea, what process you have to do? Boil the water. This processing is required. Yes or no? I think yes. Very simple. Now, whatever it is a input or it is a processing or it is an output, we required storage for all. And then final outcome is a T. Fine. So we need a T bag. We can write up more specific, making you more clear. For all these processing, these all are stored in somewhere. Yes or no? It is stored somewhere in my kitchen. If you want to boil a water, do you need something to boil? Some pan? I think yes. If you want to serve a tea, do you require some storage? Yes or no? I think yes. I you need a cup and a teacup. Am I right or not? So whenever we are working on input, processing, and output, we required storage. I hope you are clear with that simple process of making a tea. Although I'm not here to tell you how to make tea, but I hope you're clear on that.
Makes sense.
You can give me a reaction by thumbs up or by putting in the chat. I'm okay with that. So I need you to make you clear on that, guys. This is my responsibility. Now, coming on to that, removing this thing from here. So whenever we are taking an input, I can take input from directly from the user, possible. But in the most corporate cases, it is not. It is somewhere from Excel sheet you can read. You can take data from there. You can take from the SharePoint list. You can read from there. You can take from CSV. You can take from SQL. You can take from anywhere you can pick up the data because data is stored there. You can take the input from there. And whenever your job is done, you can send the data here again, or you can do some send an email rather than storing. My output is not that. My output is send an email. Along with that, which is very common, you can pick up the data from Excel, work on that, and finally you can store in Excel. That is making a sense. We can do that. You can pick up the SharePoint list, finally storing in some other SharePoint list, possible. So these are the possible things. But along with that, you can send an email also to a person by reading that. What is the process? The process is what logic you apply for that or what condition you apply for that. That is we need to work on. And Along with this permanent storage, these are the permanent storage. We have some temporary storage for few calculation purpose. That storage is called a variable storage. If you heard about that word, a temporary storage. It is basically a temporary storage. Guys, this is something that I want to make you clear, that I am going to take an input. In some cases, it's an optional one. It's an optional one. Fine. So in some cases, I am picking this or I'm directly putting logic on that and then I'm giving an output on that. So we need to learn in this Power Automate that how we can process and put a logic, how we can connect with the data, how we can give the output of the data, how we can store the data. So this is what we need to learn. These all points we need to learn. So if you ask me what we are going to work on that, we are work on that. Not all the points, we are not covering this one. That is not in the curriculum. It will take more time and it is more on this. I'll work on Excel and SharePoint and we'll do that and sending a mail. Guys, are you clear with this? Great. Now, for all these purpose, guys, for all these purpose, for input, for storage, for processing, for output, for everything, we do not need to write a code. We need to work on a superb thing called connectors. What is connector, guys? The connector is as simple as when you want to charge your mobile, you want to put your charger into a socket and just make the plug on. The everything is done by automatically. It is automatically defined internally. The wires are automatically connected. You do not need to click or check the wires. No, you just put the socket on and make the switch on. That much simple. I just give you an example. I open Excel. I write some code here. I write some data here. No. Now I want to save this file. What code you need to write? How can you save this file, the Excel file? Yes, guys, very simple question. Waiting for your answer. I hope I am audible and I'm not asking very silly question. It's a very interesting question. File save. Very much right. I click on file, I click on save, and some window will appear. So this window is a connector. It is telling me that, OK, you want to save it? Yes, I want to save it. It will ask me which location you want to save it. I can click on that. What should be the file name? I click on that. What should be the type of the saving? You are saving in XML, you are saving in a PDF, you are saving in an XLSX. I click on that. So entire Power Automate is like that. One step will open in front of you. You have to, it will ask some input to you. You provide the input. It will automatically at the back work on that. So this window is nothing but a connector which connects me to the save. I hope you are clear on that, everyone. Yes, guys. So I click on save. Job is done. I close the application. My file is saved here. How it is going to be saved internally, that is none of my concern. What is the coding behind that? What is the logic behind that? No, I'm not interested in that. Coming on to this, guys, I hope till then we can start the Power Automate from the first application, first coding. Okay, click on that. So we all are here already. So this is the interface, guys. This is the interface. Here we have when we click on the 9 dots here, it will give me all the application available to me. So we'll take help from OneDrive. We'll take help from Excel. We'll take help from maybe forms if we required SharePoint. So these are the things. So and